Okay, we're factoring polynomials here. The very first step to factoring polynomials is we actually have to find a factor that creates a 0. In other words, we have to find an x-intercept from just this information they've given us. Now, if it was quadratic, we know many ways of factoring stuff. But because this is cubic and we're going to have to use either synthetic or long division to solve this, we have to essentially guesstimate what factors might be. Well, what we do in order to do this is we actually take the constant term, 30, and we take all factors of 30. Well, factors of 30 happen to be 30 and 1, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 4 doesn't go in, but 5 goes into 6, okay? So possible values we can use are plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. We can try all of those to see if one of them create a 0, okay? So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in positive 1 for all the x values and see if this f at x equals 0. And then I'm going to plug in negative 1. If neither of those work, I'm going to move to 2, plus and minus 2, plus and minus 3, plus and minus 4. So this is a trial and error method. We'll quickly go through this. Actually, I can probably tell you right off the top of my head. 1 won't work because 1 cubed is 1. 1 squared is 1 times negative 6, so that's 1 minus 6 is negative 5. Minus 1 is negative 6, plus 30 won't give us 0. So neither of the 1s are going to work. So let's try a 2 maybe positive 2. Okay. Positive 2 cubed is 8. 2 squared is 4 times 6 is 24. So 8 minus 24 is 16.
Negative 16.
Negative 16. Let's make sure we did that right. 2 cubed. And then 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24, right? Yeah. Minus 24. And then minus 2. Negative 18 plus 30, that won't work. It's best when you get a calculator where you can write everything in at once. We could try negative. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8. Negative 2 squared is still 4 times negative 6 is 24, so we're minusing 24. And then plus 2 is 30 plus 30. Perfect, equals 0. So negative 2 is our... Did you see what I kind of did there? I know I did a lot of it in my head.
Yeah.
But what we found was that negative 2 is a factor of this. Okay? It creates a 0. So, because it's negative 2, what am I going to divide by? I'm going to be dividing by x plus 2. This is going to be our factor. We're going to be dividing by this, x plus 2, right? Because it's negative 2. And essentially what you could say is it's our k value. So x plus k equals one of our factors, and our factor is negative 2. So to find out what, x minus k is negative 2, okay, is equal to our factor. So in order to get k, to figure out what k is going to be, k is essentially going to be our positive 2 in this question. Okay, that's what it's trying to say. So we take this long equation and we're going to divide it. We can use synthetic or long division. Which one do you want to use? Yeah, you find that easier? Yeah. Okay, so in that case, actually, we keep our term k as negative 2. We actually didn't have to try to change it back to x plus 2. But just realize we're essentially dividing by x plus 2. We then write all the coefficients, the first one being 1, next one being negative 6, next one being negative 1, and next one being 30. Okay? We bring the 1 down, and then we multiply it by negative 2. So when we multiply by negative 2, what do we get?
Negative 2.
Okay, and then we add. Negative 6 and negative 2?
Negative 8.
Okay, negative 8 times negative 2 gives us
16.
Yeah, positive 16. Negative 1 plus 16 is
15.
15. Negative 2 times 15?
Negative
30. Sorry, negative 30. And what is our remainder? It should be, because we took 2 and we discovered that it was going to create a 0. So there is no remainder here. So our equation now, we've actually taken a factor out of it. Our f at x is now equal to, we've divided by x plus 2. What's the rest of my equation?
It's x minus, or x x squared
Yep.
minus 8x
Yep.
plus 15.
And then I could put remainder plus 0, but there's no point. Right? So I factored that now. But they want us to factor fully. So can I factor anything else in this? What about the second
Yeah.
bracket?
You can do x plus 3x minus 5 or something.
Not quite. It won't be.
Minus
They'll both
3.
be minus. Negative 3 times negative 5 will give us positive 15, right?
Mhm.
And negative 3 plus negative 5 will give us negative 8. So we know those can be factors. So the next set of this, our next line will read f at x is equal to x plus 2, x minus 3, and x minus 5. We factored that term there.
Mhm.
So this is the full factored version. And it's a cubic function, so it makes sense that it could have 3 x-intercepts.
Mhm.
Okay, so that was the full range of it. We did it synthetically. You could have done it through long division also, and you would have still got the exact same answer. Synthetic tends to be pretty quick.